Welcome to a new road tourism video. This one will be a special video, so I welcome everybody to a big city travel, big city drive. We are in Munich now, and we'll drive on the national road B2R Mittlerer Ring. That's a ring around the city center, the city core of Munich. And we've just entered it from the motorway 8 that ends here at Mittlere Ring. And I will film this video in two stages. This one in the morning, and the other part, I think the west part, the east part in the morning, and the west part in the afternoon. So let's see how the traffic is, because there is a lot of traffic on B2R on Mittlere Ring. I hope it will be bearable, so that it won't be just stop and go and you'll have a nice watching experience. But let's see how it develops. We are in the start of the morning rush hour. It's 7:30. Oh my alarm. So it's 7:30 in the morning. The people are starting to go to work. It's usually quite problematic to drive between 7 and 9. But now we are in summer, so many people have holidays, and I'm hoping that it will be quite fluent. The first part from the motorway A8 is a city street. There are some traffic lights, but we'll soon reach an expressway kind of road that doesn't have any traffic lights or any level intersections. But at the beginning we have this city street. I don't know if they plan to build here also something in order to close the circle, to make the whole road expressway. I don't know. But it's also nice because you are seeing the city a little bit. Because the other parts are a lot of tunnels also. But naturally the traffic lights are stopping the cars a little bit. Have more stop and go here. So this video is quite different from the other ones I've posted, where I've shown you some nice Bavarian countryside, and I thought about why don't also go to the big city here, to Munich. Because I, for example, like a lot nature, but also big city traveling, and I think most of the people are the same. I mean, I like to travel and see everything. And from now on it gets better, as we have no traffic lights more, and we enter the expressway part, I think, if I'm right. Yes, we enter here the expressway part of B2R. But it's mostly limited to 60 km kilometers per hour, and there are a lot of speed cameras. So you have to pay attention at your speed. And this is the first tunnel, Innsbrucker Ring. And there are many of them. Practically they build a tunnel under every intersection of the road. I think they first started with the first tunnels in the 60s, and they built one after another, and I think the last ones were finished about 5 years ago, maybe, quite late. I really have to read also a little bit about the part with traffic lights, if they plan to do. There are also some two-level intersection, some underpasses, and it's a really big tunnel, really long. And this is speed cameras here. It's also, I think, the first time that I'm filming in a tunnel, so I don't know how the image quality will be on my camera. I don't know how well the camera performs under tunnel conditions, less light, but we'll see. I'm quite curious to see it. This is 60 kilometers per hour. Here they decided to build a much longer tunnel under many intersections instead of one for every intersection, and that's a good, I think it's a good compromise. Instead of going up, under, the street level. And we are now in the eastern part of Munich. Munich is a very important city in Germany. Is from inhabitants numbers the third one after Berlin and Hamburg, but economically it's the first one, I think. So, and it's also a very attractive city. It has a lot of cultural activities, very nice city center. There are a lot of events. Most of you have surely heard about Oktoberfest. It's a main event here, attracting, I think, over 5 or 6 million people yearly. It's at the end of September, Oktoberfest. But unfortunately it's cancelled this year because of Corona. And there are a lot of trade fairs happening here, a very dynamic industry city, industrial city also, with BMW having its seat here. Allianz, also for football fans. Bayern Munich is a team that everyone have heard of it, has heard of it. I mean, there are a lot of things to do and see here. Munich has about 1.5 million inhabitants, but it's growing every year. Many people are coming here because of the good jobs and good perspectives. The problem is that the rent is also very, very high, but you are also earning much more money in Munich than in other German cities or towns. About 30,000 people are coming here in Munich every year, new people. It's a lot. And we are now crossing the Englische Garten, the biggest park in Munich. It's a very, very big part, very long, so about 7-8 kilometers long, I think. And from city center more or less to the northern outskirts of Munich. And we are now crossing the Isar River that goes through this park, the Isar River bridge. And they are planning here to build also a tunnel under the park, because B2R here divides English Garden into two parts, and there are just one or two possibilities to cross from one part to the other, from the south part of the park to the north part of the park, and they are thinking about building a tunnel here for the road, in order not to divide the park anymore. It's a big park, and we are crossing it on a smaller part of it. We are now in the northern part of Münich. Part are the most important companies from Munich. BMW and other international companies have their seat here. In the northern part. So it's usually, from the traffic perspective, quite a lot. But now I think it was okay until now. Here's the state road, the exit to the state road to Landshut. It's a very nice town here in Bavaria. But no one will go on the state road to Landshut as there is a motorway going there. So we have now reached the end of English Garden, and I'm now close to the intersection with A9, the motorway A9, going to Berlin over Nuremberg and Leipzig. The motorway forms here in Mittlere Ring in B2R, and here is more problematic from the traffic perspective. There's also some higher buildings here, some small skyscrapers. They are not allowed to build in München buildings that are higher than the tower of the church. That was they voted to be like this, the people in Munich. There were plans to build much higher buildings, but they have to be scrapped because of this vote. So here starts the A9. Church tower, I think it's a little bit over 100 meters high. So you are not allowed to build higher here. There's usually some congestion here near the intersection of A9, but it was not so bad now. Here it's a little bit problematic because you have to crisscross if you want to exit here, and the people from turns from right to left. And here's the intersection with B13 going north to Ingolstadt. But it has also not so much importance for long distance traffic, because there is a motorway nearby on a parallel corridor. And that's B2R tunnel, and in the tunnel is the exit I have to take for now to go to work, and I will film the other part while traveling after work home to my home in the afternoon. I don't know if today or tomorrow, let's see, because it's a little bit of a detour for me to take the other part, the western part of the ring, but I'm gladly doing it. Stop the video for now, and like I said, continue it this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. So we are back on B2R. It's now afternoon and I'm returning from work, and I'm joining B2R after the tunnel where I have left it in the morning, and we are now driving further. And here is a BMW central headquarters. This tower on the right. Here are the chefs from BMW. And on the left we have the Olympia Park. Here are the main sporting venues that hosted the Olympic Games in 1972. So the Olympic Games were organized here in Munich. And the stadium is also here, and some other sporting halls, and now there are a lot of concerts here taking places. And now we have to turn right, to stay right, to remain on B2R. The left lanes are going to the motorway A8 in direction Augsburg, Stuttgart. Staying here. I hope that we have flowing traffic. Let's see how it is. Hope we will avoid the evening congestion. Here's police. I think there was an accident here. Nothing special, just a small accident. So now we have to stay here left. The right lane goes to Dachau on National Road 304. That's a O2 tower. Congestion. So at this point we are moving from the north ring to the west one. So we turn here to the west part of Munich. bit of stop and go, but it's flowing. And here on the left I can see a very nice view of the stadium. Fortunately, you cannot. The Olympic Games were for Munich very good at that time. They brought a lot of recognition to the city, and it developed at a fast pace afterwards. I have to merge here. That's why this little traffic jam was caused. Speed limit is 50. If I remember well, there are no traffic lights on this part of B2R, but it's still congestion ahead. But the speed limit is 50 instead of 60, like you saw on the eastern part of Mittlere Ring, because it's like a city street. It's on the surface, and I think more from noise protection point of view, they put this lower speed limit. And there's a big construction site on the left. Don't know what they are building here in the Olympic Park. It's a big one. This western part of Munich also is also very developed. There's a lot of companies having their headquarters here in this neighborhood. And also the Olympia shopping mall is not far away from here. As I say, it's 50 because of ecological reasons, in order to keep the air unpolluted or less polluted. But I don't know if a car at 50 has more brings more problems to from the ecological perspective as a car driving at 60. I'm not sure that it's like this, but they should have thought of something. And here is nicer, the western part, because you see a little bit more from the city. Because we are on upper level, while the eastern part is more in tunnels. It was also built later, I think, the eastern part. This one should be much older, I think. It's a lot of traffic ahead, but it's flowing. We are driving at 20 kilometers per hour now. It's more or less like a bicycle tour of Munich, what I'm showing you here. Left and right there are collector roads. that are merging from time to time into B2R. So that's the middle ring of Munich. So Munich has an inside ring that just going around the historical city core, and this one is a few kilometers further. So it separates more or less the inner area from the neighborhoods that are around it. It's at a distance about 4 or 5 kilometers away from the center. Not too far, but I mean it's still at every point inside the city, but also not in the historical, doesn't touch the historical center. I will show you once. I'm planning on doing a video also in the city center to drive there on the main streets. I mean, you cannot drive really on Heimeranplatz, that's the center, but around it you can drive. And that's a nice church on the left. There are also some streets that are merging directly into this more or less expressway. The tucked here like a city street. You have bus stations also. So this video is more or less the first one that I'm doing inside the city. My other videos are more or less in outside cities, on highways, in nature. But I thought about, yes, I like a lot nature, but I like also going in bigger cities. So I wanted to show you also a little bit of Munich. I mean, that's not the most touristical part of it, but still you can get a glimpse about how driving here looks like, about how the city looks like a little bit. And like I said, I'm planning on doing also another video with more central streets, to show you more central streets also. Maybe 1 hour of driving to Munich to be a cool idea, I think. I will do once, promise. And we have also a tunnel here under Landshuter Allee street. And we have now better flowing traffic. So it's much congested, I think, this western part than the eastern one, especially in the evening. Speed limit of 50 is, I think, for driving at night. There is also a speed camera here on the right, a fixed one, because during the day it's very difficult to drive at 50 here. Maybe during the Corona lockdown it was possible, but now it's over. The other lane is going better. I'm stuck here. We are now on a big bridge over the railway lines, the main railways. So on the left it's the main station of Munich, Munich Hauptbahnhof. And on the right are the train lines going to every direction from Munich. Here is also an area with offices from many companies. Also Google, I think, has its German headquarters here. A lot of companies that have their office here near the train station, because it's very easy accessible for their employees. Here is also a suburban train station. The name is Donnersberger Brücke, Donnersberger Bridge. That's the name of this bridge. A big bridge. One is flowing better. Direction Augsburg. So this exit will bring you on B2, and they are, as I said, on B2R from Ring. Air is from Ring. That's a ring, Miltlere Ring around the city. And there is also an Außenring that's not totally finished. So it's like 3/4 of a ring. That's the motorway A99, which goes almost totally outside the city, around it. And we have another tunnel immediately after the bridge. It's a bigger one. Speed limit is 60 now, but it's a dynamic speed limit, so they can change it every time. Sometimes they also do make 50 or 40 also, I've seen. But now I can also drive a 60, so it's okay. Heimeranplatz, also business area. you don't see from the road, but there are also here some bigger office buildings. As I said, Munich from the economical perspective is the most dynamic city in Germany. A lot of companies have here their headquarters, their German headquarters or regional one. I think the intersection with A96 that forms here and goes to Lindau, to Lake Constance. Yes, Lindau. That's a nice motorway to drive. Goes over some nice hills, nice terrain. You see the Alps from many points on it. How it forms here. Direction west. And I think the traffic increases also from here. Many people are merging from A96 are going in direction A8. So if you are coming from Switzerland or Bregenz region or Lake Constance and you want to go to Salzburg or further east in Eastern Europe, I think that's the road to take, because the outer ring of Munich is much longer than by going on this stretch. See here, speed limit 50. Like I said, it's dynamic. I can change it every time. And I think the right lane goes to motorway A95 direction Garmisch-Partenkirchen. That's the only motorway that is not linked to another motorway in Germany. So it's an isolated motorway. It's actually linked. Its link is through here, through this B2R, but that's not a motorway, so it doesn't count as one, even if it doesn't have any traffic lights in this section or any level intersection. Motorway, you have to take the first right. I mean, I don't film so often motorways, but I think I will show you this one in a movie, because it's pretty nice motorway going into the mountain. And here you can see on the left the speed cameras. So if we have free-flowing traffic, you have to pay attention. Don't drive too fast. today. I thought I will be a little bit before the great evening traffic, but it wasn't like this. A speed limit of 40 from now on. Like I said, they can do also 40. And there's a traffic merging from A95. On the right also A95 brings also some traffic to B2R. So we are now back on camera. I've lost about 100 meters of footage because the battery had to be replaced to the camera, but it was just standing traffic, so I have done it without any problems in the car. And now we are still in this traffic jam, so it has more value for transit traffic. Because here in the south you don't have an outer ring. The A99 is just on the west, north and east side, but it has a missing link in the south, on the south side, and that's why most traffic uses B2R. There is no other decent possibility to bypass the city on this part. There were a lot of plans to close the ring of A99 around Munich, but the south part is also a natural area, very nice natural area with the Isar River Valley, and I think many people are against it. And there are no possibilities to enlarge this middle ring. The tunnels are just for 2 lanes per direction. That's on Schachener Tunnel. Traffic congestion, that's written there. I think the road B2R, this middle ring, has a length of about 30 kilometers around the historical part of Munich, let's say. But like I said, it's always about 5-6 kilometers from the city center, from Heimeranplatz. know that for filming perspective it's not so nice, this stop and go traffic. It's actually better when it stops for a few minutes and then goes fluently, because I can cut this part. But by stop and go traffic, cutting something would mean that to lose this part of the street, of the highway. Here there are also some speed cameras, there are a lot of them, so just follow the speed limit. But like I said also in a previous video, I think the YouTube offers the possibility to fasten the film. So you can choose to see this movie at 4x or something like this. Surely you don't hear my commentaries anymore, but you can put your own music and just see the movie in 4x if you want to see it faster. I like to let it so real time, because like I said, the YouTube offers this possibility. I know that this road is not the most touristical one in Munich, but I wanted to make this video and show you also how it looks here, because if you are coming from somewhere else and want to go to the mountains, or if you are coming, like I said, from A96 and want to go to Salzburg further on A8, it can be that you'll have to drive on it. So you can see how it looks and what to expect. So that's why I said that let's film it and show you once. We have a suburban train going up here over this bridge. Trucks are not normally allowed to drive here, just if they have some deliveries around. I guess this one has also here something delivered or picking up. The only part that you are allowed to use as a trucker is the one between A95 and A96, because there is no other possibility if you are coming from A95 to go around Munich. Exit is for the zoological garden of Munich. That should be nice. I never visited it. And we have a nice feature of the road a little bit ahead. We have an exit also on the left. That's an exit to the National Road B11 that starts here and goes south to Mittenwald. And we are now in the southern part of a lot of traffic in Munich. The motorization index is very high in the city, and there are a lot of commuters from the region that are coming daily to the city. The region has about 2.7 million inhabitants, the city about 1.4, 1.5, but it's growing pretty fast pace, and also the region. So that's why there is a lot of traffic. Even if the public transportation is quite good, I think can say also very good. I like to use it a lot, public transportation. But still it cannot cope with so many people. Also the trains, suburban trains, subway are also full at rush hour. It's also for me not the best road to drive, but I think from a road geek perspective it has some nice features, a lot of tunnels, bridges. It's practically a city expressway. I like to drive more free-flowing highways outside inhabited areas, but I have also no problems to drive in the cities. Also a long tunnel, Brudermühl tunnel, and I think it will bring us exactly near the Isar River bridge. moving at a snail pace through the tunnels of Munich. That's what big city traffic looks like in most of the big cities in the world nowadays. Munich is no exception, I think. You can find these traffic jams in every big city. Level outside this long tunnel. Continues, I think it's until the motorway in 995, because that's when the most people going to Salzburg and to the east part, eastern suburbs of Munich will exit this road. But we still have a few kilometers till there. We are now in a green area, like I said, around Isar River. there are a lot of green spaces, and we will cross the Isar now. Rain. The next bridge is over the Isar River. Isar River flows from somewhere near German-Austrian border, from the Austrian side actually, from the Karwendel Mountains, over Munich to the Danube. It's a tributary of the Danube. It meets the Danube somewhere near Deggendorf. What's the problem? So this truck is blocking everything. Oi oi oi. He remained here. There was an accident or... Oh. That was a problem. That's why we had this very bad traffic, and the people are... A lot of people near the Isar taking a bus, enjoying the sunshine. It's raining with sun now actually, and now we have really free flowing traffic. That was the problem. You see how problematic it is, this Mittlere Ring. Every small accident causes a big traffic jam. A small traffic perturbation is causing a lot of troubles. So it's running at full capacity, this road, and like I said, every small problem, and we have a big traffic jam. Now it's sure it's free flowing because not so many cars are managing to go over the accident. Just one lane free. Oh, lost some time there. And sure, the film experience will be not so high. Maybe I will accelerate some sections, because I haven't spoke too much actually during the movie. And now we have another Totso intersection, so we have to turn off to stay on B2R here, because if you go farther ahead on the left lanes, you would go on to the motorway A995. But I want to show you the full ring, so I'm taking the exit here. Have a traffic light, and from here on there are some traffic lights in this part, like you've seen at the beginning of the video. So in this southeastern part there are some traffic lights. So like I said, the road down goes to the motorway A995. A lot of police here. It's happening. And we are now driving on city streets, so you can get also a better view of the city from the ground level. No tunnel anymore. Some drops of rain, nothing special, but I hope it doesn't disturb you. That's not the most chic area of Munich, but there are also some working class neighborhood here. specialists, all kind of people are living here. That's a part of the Mittlere Ring that I'm driving maybe once per year or so. Not so often. But we'll soon reach the motorway A8. That's a short part between the exit to motorway A9, 195 and A8. As this part is, as you see, it's just a city street, a normal city street. So as you see, to Marienplatz 4.2 kilometers. So we are like 4 kilometers away from the city center. Like I said, we are nearing the A8 exit, which I'll take, and we'll finish the ring. We'll close the ring. I hope it was still a nice experience for you to see it. I know it's not the most touristical drive I have shown you, but like I said, it's good to have it also as a comparison. What big city driving means nowadays. And if you find the video interesting, I'll be happy to if you'll give me a feedback. And also if you have any suggestions, please write me a comment, and I'll be very happy if you will subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. And I'm leaving now. I'm exiting now to A8. And I'm saying bye to you, and till the next time, bye. GoPro, stop recording.